It's sad that the majority of people who think they know what veganism means have absolutely no fucking idea what it means at all. And part of this is because us activists have really let these narcissistic content creators really change the meaning of what veganism is. Now, if you were to ask someone who even thinks they are slightly informed about what veganism is, I'd assume they'd say something along the lines of, it's a person who doesn't eat animals or anything that comes from animals, so they don't eat meat, dairy, or eggs, or honey. But that couldn't be further from the truth. This just shows how uninformed people really are about it. Now, a lot of these narcissists also just see it as a personal challenge in which they try and refrain from their addiction to eating the flesh of animals and their secretions, which is why it's some trendy little thing with recipes and whatnot, so that people who are trying to refrain from their addictions, they're using that and they're claiming vegan because they're simply just using it as a challenge to refrain from their addictions. But the point of trying and not consuming animal or anything that comes from them is to benefit animals, which means in order to be vegan, you would also have to drop animal tested products. You would have to drop clothing that's made from animal skin because that involves their suffering and unnecessary killing. Humans don't need to eat animals. They don't need to wear animals. The majority of humans in the world, I can confidently say, does not have to eat animals. They choose to because they are selfish. Some genuinely don't care. They are simply so selfish and narcissistic that they can't care. That's just how it is. So some people can't be vegan because if you don't have it within you to not be a selfish piece of shit or think for yourself, then you can't be vegan. Now, there is no fucking health condition on this planet that restrains someone from being vegan or not eating animals or their secretions. I've yet to hear it. It's sad how a lot of these narcissistic content creators are trying to turn veganism into some trendy little lifestyle in which they can grow their businesses off of and whatnot. It's absolutely sickening how we see these pages who claim vegan. They're using veganism to boost their algorithm and gain money and buy their ebooks, but they never speak a word about animal rights and the purpose of veganism and why the word and how the word vegan was even coined. It was coined to separate vegans from vegetarians are just dieters who, I guess, claim to care about animals to an extent, but in reality, vegetarians don't do shit for animals or animal rights, which is why the word vegan was coined to separate the people who genuinely care about the rights and expanding the basic right to live to animals from those who just want to fake it till they make it. They want to fake being a good person until they can genuinely just be a good person, which is why you see people say, oh, I went vegetarian as a baby step to not causing an entire Holocaust. We got tons of adult human beings drinking the breast milk from cows, drinking milk that was meant for a little baby from another species. This is all because these morons can't think for themselves. Nobody can think for themselves in this society, except for the smart, genuinely good people who can think outside the box and can make positive choices for themselves. Again, not many people can get this. And this is part of the reason why I've changed my name recently, is because I'm trying to reclaim and also empower other activists to try and reclaim this term, because it's so important that we guard this term and keep it sacred so that people know and they can differentiate good people from fake, from content creation and business, and people just trying to empty your pockets and get your money into their pockets. That's not what veganism is. It's not about humans and their narcissism. It's about animal rights, and it always has been. But again, with the term growing so much on social media, it can often take a turn to be something else, and that's to no surprise. But it's really important that this term be protected from the narcissists who just want to use it to their own advantage and don't want to acknowledge the billions and trillions of animals who suffer on behalf of human greed and selfishness each year. And no, these numbers are not an exaggeration. These words are far beyond, imaginable. These are a large number of animals being murdered. And just take a look at this video right here. This is just one video, and this is happening every second of every day. Millions of marine life, billions of marine life being pulled out of the ocean, with marine life making up the majority of animals murdered in the world in general. So when you hear these numbers, it's not an over-exaggeration. There is disgusting human beings who are making it possible to kill trillions of animals each year. And as long as you're giving your money out to these businesses who are doing it, you are just egging them on. So congrats. You can either choose to be vegan or you can choose to be a selfish piece of shit. I have absolutely no respect for people who can't empathize with other sentient beings besides their own species. I don't respect selfish people at all, and I think that you are the utter scum of the earth. You are a waste of space, and that you just shouldn't exist. Now, these are my thoughts. If you're offended by them, change who you are. But the only reason you would be offended by hearing such things is if you knew it was true. You know, if you didn't know it was true, you would just go on with your day, not be offended. But people who are selfish and just disregard the lives of trillions of innocent animals who are dying unnecessarily are scum of the earth, waste of space, and I just don't fucking care about you.